so very much for joining me today, where I will be discussing energy cords. I was having a couple of conversations recently with a couple of witches that I greatly admire. We were discussing cord cutting as a part of psychic hygiene. I have been cutting cords energetically for 35 years now. Um, but it is something that I would do with clients after energy work and things like that, of course. And anybody that I felt was um, either problematic or I was picking up too much on their stuff, I would then cut the cord. But I've been thinking about it, and it's a good practice to cut all of those cords regularly. And the reason why you want to do this is because you can be affected by other people's stuff. So before I get too far into this, some of you might be thinking energy cords. What the hell are you talking about, Maggie? Right? So I'll just give a little brief description. And if you want more information about energy cords, let me know. And I will happily go further in depth with this discussion. I am a Reiki master and I do Reiki healing daily on other people, and I am very intuitive, and I can pick up on things very, very easily. So whenever I have these different cords that are attached, I notice it, and sometimes it can affect me. So what are energy cords and how the heck do they happen? Energy cords are um, etheric cords, so energetic cords that attach you, make you connect to another person. And this happens naturally, and it happens several times throughout the day. The person that you talk to while you're filling your car up with gas, that brief interaction, boom, you've got a little energy cord. When you go in to pay for your gas, boom, the interaction you have with that person, that's another energy cord. Somebody calls and tries to sell you something on the phone, energy cord. You get to work, you have these little interactions with different individuals throughout the day, you're getting the energy cords. And of course, um, you know, if you work with people, let's say each customer, let's say that you serve, if you're in retail or whatever, each person that you deal with, that you talk to and connect with, there is an energy cord that gets attached. Now, some of these, they're so insignificant that just over time, they're going to just detach and be done. It's not a big deal. Unless, you're someone that's really sensitive, or that person, for whatever reason, gets in there a little bit deeper than they should, and it kind of stays there. Sometimes that can happen too. Um, for the most part, a lot of those energy cords do pile up over time. And those are just the light ones of day to day interaction. And they can be draining to your energy, because as much as you're getting stuff from them, they're getting your energy too. And you may sometimes wonder why you feel tired, or you have a headache all of a sudden for no reason, or whatever. It could very well be due to these energy cords. Now, let's talk about energy cords with people that we have negative interactions with. And perhaps these are people that affect us deeply. So we have an argument with a coworker or a friend or a boss or a partner, and things are not great. That energy cord is going to be amplified because you're emotionally charged, and that interaction was very high in energy. So the energy cord is going to be stronger. Um, Sometimes if you break up with someone or things like that, and you wonder why you keep thinking of them all the time, why do they keep popping up in my head? It's been, 6 months or a year, and I keep thinking about this person. I just can't let them go. Energy cord, you need to cut those energy cords. Now, after this, if you go and Google energy cords, because I didn't cover this properly, because I didn't take notes or anything like that. I've been working with energy for so long, I thought I could just come here and wing it. But with that said, that also means that for someone who is new to this thing, I'm probably skipping over a bunch of stuff unintentionally. So please feel free to ask me questions in the comments below, and I do my best to answer them all. If you research this after you watch my video, you're going to come across some people that are going to say, oh, no, never cut your energy cords. It's dangerous. It's this, it's that. And I think it's the same idea that goes with a lot of things when we're working within the occult practices. That being that people that don't have a deep enough knowledge of a topic tend to be frightened very easily, and they tend to make quick, rash decisions based on their limited knowledge, okay? And I'm not being rude or insulting in any way, because I've heard other people talking about energy cords in a new age shop, and they were talking about it being dangerous. And I didn't know them, so I wasn't going to chime in. I wasn't going out of my way to listen. I just happened to hear this, and that's all I heard. Cutting energy cords are dangerous. It'll grow back even more. It's like gardening, you know, if you cut the cord, the root, you know, gets more strong, and then that energy cord is going to come back and be even stronger, and it's going to be even harder to get that person out of your head. And I just kept walking because it wasn't my conversation, and I don't feel that that is correct. Okay, first of all, we're not a garden. We are human beings with, you know, many layers to our auric field and to our astral bodies and our emotional bodies as well. So if we cut a cord for someone we just broke up with, but we still care about them and we haven't worked through the breakup yet, and we just cut it and we think it's done, but we haven't done any of the inner work, you know, to get through the breakup, you know, to balance ourselves back out and get involved in other things, and, you know, do the work that you need to do to move on with your life. If you haven't done that, whether you cut the cord or not, you're going to have trouble letting that person go and getting over the breakup and etc. Or if you projected all these meanings onto the other person, that you need this other person to fulfill you and make you this and that and the other thing, that's a whole other area that needs work. And it has nothing to do with the energy cords. Well, it does. There's energy cords there that you're creating constantly and enforcing and strengthening, but it's not because of the cord or cutting the cord. Is that you need to do the work. Okay, it's not a quick fix thing, you know. So just remember that energy cords, when you do them, it has to be part of the whole package. Okay, but when you just do an interview with someone, or, you know, those little light day-to-day things that you just want to sever, not because you don't like the person or there's anything wrong with it, just to keep your energy for you and all of their energy for them, and it's a mutual respectful thing, that's fine, and it works really well. Okay, and I highly encourage it. Okay, do it every day if you can, when you're having your bath or your shower at the end of the day, or just before bed, or whatever it may be. And I will go over some techniques in a little while. So when is it even more important to do this? Like I said, oftentimes a lot of those light little interactions, they eventually just break off and go away back to the source anyway. But if you're finding that it's not, you know, and the energy cord is attached to your kids and your husband or your wife, your partner, mother-in-law, mother, father, sister, brother, whoever, your friend that you interact with every day, and they're going through their stuff and they need, this person needs this from you and that from you, and it's just, and you love these people, okay, but if you're really exhausted all the time at the end of the day, it could be that those energy cords and you cut them just to give yourself that chance to revitalize and reboot your energy stores. It's not like as soon as they talk to you again, boom, there's another energy cord. It's fine. Okay. We're not doing psychic surgery here. The deep removal of things, okay, that's something different. It can be part of the process, but you don't do it with people that you love and that you enjoy having around. So don't worry. And then I read somewhere once that energy cords, you could cut your cord that connects you to your astral body. You can't cut that. Okay, you cannot. So unless you really focused on doing it like hours and hours a day for 40 years or something, I don't know, maybe you'd figure out a way if it's even possible. But to my understanding, so far, you cannot. Okay, so when is it even more important? Okay, so you had a breakup or you had an argument with someone and you're really pissed off at them and you can't get past it, and you're just thinking about it all the time. The whole day you can't do anything. It's affecting your life. It's affecting your day. It's affecting those around you because you're being in that bad mood. You're being a bitch or whatever, and you're upsetting those around you, or you're hard to be around. And so it's like boiling over, it's affecting your life, and it's wasting your energy with all that anger and hatred and whatever it is, all those unresolved things. They are getting sent out there, and you're projecting your energy all over the place and probably mucking up the energy of those around you unintentionally, but that's what happens. And you're sending that energy to them and sending it everywhere, and you're draining yourself for no good reason. And the reason why you cannot get past that is because of the energy cord. Maybe you're picking up on some of the stuff that they're thinking after the argument, and then you're getting mad and you're sending that back over and back and forth, and so you're fueling each other's fire and draining each other, and things like that. And this is not a good way to live. Okay, it's not a good way to resonate. Or if somebody has wronged you, you can't get past it, like, how could this idiot have done this to me? Like, I just want to make them pay. And you're thinking about it over and over again, and it just keeps playing in your mind again. You need to cut the energy cord. What good is going to come of you losing your sanity, your energy, your health, your mental health, your emotional health, and you're bringing that energy into every interaction that you have when you're feeling like that? And it's just not a great idea. And you're not hurting the other person, you're hurting yourself. And that's the most important thing. I mean, you need to cut the cord. Okay, so how do you cut the cord? There's different levels, I feel, of cord cutting. Now, I'm not going by any textbook. I like to cut the cords daily from everyone. Okay, even the ones that I love, even my kids. When I'm in meditation or when I feel like I need it, I need to reboot, I need to recharge. I just want to feel me and the spirits, and I want to like meditate and rejuvenate. I cut the cords. And like I said, it's not a permanent cut. It's just so I can be in my own space at my own time. Okay. Now, there's a number of ways that you can go about doing this. So you can just use your hands, your visualizations. I love to use selenite. They have selenite wands or aphemes. They even have like ones that look like little knives or axes. This is a selenite stick that I use a lot. I like to use these both. This one broke while it was shipping. I got it from Amazon, but I still love it. The other piece is somewhere else. I think my grandson put it somewhere. I still haven't found it, so he likes crystals. What you will do, so you will either take a selenite, a crystal, your hand, just your visualization. Some people like to use actual scissors. It helps with the visualization. Some people like to use their athame, their swords. For me, when I do stuff, and from my own personal experience, my weapon of choice depends on the severity of the cord. Okay, how deep it's in me, and how badly and to what extent I want to be rid of it. So that's what will make the difference. After doing it for so many years, I can do the different stages just with my mind. You might be able to as well, which is fine. A great place to do this is in the bath. If you can, take a nice salt water bath, salt water, put some sea salt in your tub. I'm not talking about Epsom salts here. I'm talking about sea salt. If we're talking about energetic cleansing, we really want sea salt. And if we want to feel rejuvenated and have all of the benefits of the sea, we will want to put sea salt in there. Okay, I do make a variety of bath blends at my shop that are very, very popular. And I put a wide variety of salts in there. And in all of the blends, there is always sea salt. If you do not have sea salt, you can use table salt. And so I use a variety of salts in my mixtures. For some of them, depending what it is for, it might just be sea salt and the herbs. Oftentimes I like to use a combination of salts for different things so that I make sure that we're covered, because I use these products that I create on myself and my family. That's how it all started. We were using them. I was using them for years and years and years and years, and decided to share through many requests. Okay, so you will run your bath and you will use either some salts from my shop, which will have you covered, or you can just use sea salt or table salt. You will pour the salt into your bath, light some candles if you like, some incense. You can smudge if you like. You can use, if you want to completely clear, you can use some sage. The salt water in the tub is absolutely fine. That's all you need. And yourself, okay? Get yourself into that relaxed state. Do some, focus on your breath. Connect yourself to source energy. Let the water calm you and cleanse you. And when you're relaxed with the music and the candles and the incense, and you're in that meditative state, okay, you can say, I hereby cut and remove any energy cords that may be attached to me, and I return them back to the sender with love. Okay, so you go head to toe. If you're doing it the Reiki way, you'll go side to side, down. Doesn't matter, to be honest. I've done a variety of ways. I just like to make sure I get everywhere, and I'm cutting those ties and I'm seeing them. And if you can't see it, then you just know it. You believe it. You cut them away. They're returning back to the people that they came from with love. For all of those that I love and care about, that I'm cutting away right now, just briefly, just so I can have my own space, you'll feel that little hug from Maggie coming to you. Or you may not, doesn't matter. And there you go. So for the day-to-day cords, I can really feel that already. My energy feels so much more aligned and balanced. I feel calm and peaceful, full of my own awareness, my own feelings. I feel very, very balanced. So for this one, I used my selenite athame. This actually fell and it broke in half. So I have one half here and the other half I have up on my altar where they stay. I have one for clients and one for myself when I'm doing energy work. This I keep by me, my bed. I like to have it near me. Sometimes if I wake up and I feel like I need to, I feel unbalanced for whatever reason, I'm going to go ahead and I would do that with this as well. Just cut away. And I'm sending it back with no malice, no harm. I love everyone that is attached to me, you know, for the most part. And there we go. And that's done. And after, let's say I do a consultation, I will do the same thing, but usually it's just a visualization, or I'll do the Reiki sign of disconnection. And it's, you know, again, not for any negative reason. You'll just do that so that you can have all of your energy because it's yours and you need it, and they can have all of their energy because it's theirs and they need it, and it's done. But it is all done with good intention. Okay, so what do you do when you're really pissed off at someone? Well, you're going to have to probably cut the cord, you know, daily, maybe 3 times a day. Because every time now that you think about the person again and get mad and pissed off at them, and you remember what they did wrong to you and how badly you want to stick pins in a doll named them, you know, every time you think that, you know, you're creating that cord again and you're making things harder for yourself. So you'll just want to say, okay, let's let that go. It's not serving my highest good to dwell on this. And then you will do your you'll do your disconnection. Okay. And you don't have to do this one with love if you don't want to. Okay. So you'll just do it every day. But the initial one, the real one, to really do it, you'll want to get into a very deep meditative state. You'll want to have your chakras all open, and in each of the chakras, you're going to do the energy work if you can, if you know how to do that, to dig out the roots where you're connected to those unhealthy people or situations or things that keep interfering with you that you can't get past it. Okay. You need to do the energy work and really visualize that you're cutting away the roots to such a deep level that they can't grow back. Okay. And once that root work and all of those things, all of that guck and munk and yucky stuff is removed from you, then it'll be your task to daily cut the cords. Okay. So if you aren't at a place where you understand energy work to that extent, and you can't do that, I highly advise that you go to a Reiki healer, a Reiki master, a pranic healer, whoever, wherever, and get that done for you. Okay, it's good to do this regularly, have someone else do it for you regularly and have a look, because sometimes they can maybe pick up on something that maybe you haven't, you know. So it's always good to get a second opinion every now and again. You can go ahead and book those services with me if you want, or if not, there are a wide variety of Reiki masters and pranic healers out there. Just make sure that you do your research and you get someone who you trust going into your energetic body, okay? Because you want them to do a good job. So I know I would do a good job. I can also recommend Black Witch Coven. I know they do work like that as well, and I highly recommend them. And Atlantean Alchemist, I do believe, is also a Reiki master now. So you can also have that as an option from my recommendation. But from there, those are my three that I can think of off of the top of my head. I hope that I have answered that question. I was having a conversation with another friend and I said, well, just cut the cord, cut the cord. You need to like remove that cord because, and she was like, you know what? I don't know how. So that's what prompted me to do this video. So I hope that this has been of some help to you. If you would like me to go further into any aspect of this, I would be happy to. I hope this made sense. Maybe I should have taken notes ahead of time so that I wouldn't have missed anything, but I was a little rushed for time today, but I want to get this done. So thank you for tuning in.
And until next time, I wish you dark and wild blessings.